Cassie wrapped up her testimony on Friday. She was on the stand all week. This is the first week of Puff Daddy's RICO trial. And Cassie is a star witness. If you remember, he's charged with Cassie under the sex trafficking. So basically, this entire case revolves around her, and the feds are bringing a lot of witnesses to kind of corroborate her story. Don Richard of Danity Kane came on the stand yesterday after Cassie was done with her testimony. So I think the feds say they got 60 witnesses that are going to come up there and say, Puff beat me, Puff hit me, Puff dragged me, Puff threatened me, Puff did this, Puff did that, Puff did this, Puff did that, His lawyers did an excellent job cross-examining Cassie. A lot of people were like, oh, what were the lawyers doing? We didn't think their cross-examination was strong. But based on the questions that were asked of Cassie, they got their points across. Cassie said specifically, none of the workers knew that she was having freak-offs and drinking piss and possibly getting shitted on. None of Puff's employees or inner circle knew that they were freaking off. So that's crucial because the government is trying to say the employees are the enterprise, right? So if the employees didn't know what they were doing in the bedroom, if the employees who are not charged, because remember, Puff is charged by himself, if the employees had no idea that Puff was pissing in Cassie's mouth with the prostitutes and Cassie was choking on urine and possibly licking ass and eating shit and whatever the hell she was doing in their rooms. If they didn't know, it's no conspiracy. This is a domestic violence case, and the feds are trying to turn it into a RICO. Same like they did with R. Kelly. They went back 30 years on R. Kelly and had women from the 90s come to the stand. And the feds called them, look at kids, these are kids. And they were 40-year-old women. So we know how the feds operate. They'll call 40-year-old women kids to manipulate the public and get a conviction. So they're going to do whatever they can do to try to get a conviction out of Diddy. But what Diddy has in his favor is that he has an excellent legal team. He has a lot more money at his disposal. His assets were not frozen the same way R. Kelly's assets were frozen before trial and made it hard for him to get the right representation. So he has a lot going, and he could possibly beat this case. I can't say for sure because I really don't know what the jury is thinking. But if I was on the jury, I would acquit Puff of all charges because I feel, as of right now, they have not proved racketeering. They have not proved sex trafficking. And that's why we're here. He's on trial because the feds are saying he's the head of a criminal enterprise. Cassie's testimony was eye-opening. Cassie really was obsessed with Puff, y'all. She really was obsessed with him. She would do anything in the bed. They asked her, well, why were you doing the freak-offs? She said, well, at first I wanted to do the freak-offs, but then I didn't want to do them anymore. But I was scared to say no because I didn't want him to go ask another woman to do it. I wanted to be the only woman he was doing that type of stuff with. So she wanted to be close to him. She thought, if I let these escorts piss in my mouth, Puff gonna marry me. I really think she thought that. I really think if she was the freakiest She thought, if I'm the freakiest, if I do more shit in the bed with him than Kim does and the other baby mamas do, I'm going to get wifed up. But it don't work that way. Puff was never going to wife anybody up, But in the text messages, he did tell her he loved her. And I think Puff loved her to a certain extent, as much as he can love anybody. I really think he cared about her because he kept her around a long time. And he kept bringing her back even after she cheated. He kept bringing her back. And he cheated as well. So they were back and forth, y'all. It was a toxic relationship. But Puff tolerated a lot from Cassie that he didn't tolerate from other women in his life. So I have to believe that he may have loved Cassie, But Puff was on drugs for 15 years. He just getting off the drugs. So he was taking all kind of drugs, and when he took drugs, he'd get violent. And he'll beat up Cassie, which is wrong. Nobody condones it. Nobody is saying that Cassie deserved to be beaten. She didn't. No woman deserves to be treated that way. I wouldn't want to be treated that way. But when it comes down to this case and the government trying to make it a racketeering conspiracy, it's no conspiracy. It's one man who got high, did drugs, and got violent with his girlfriend when he got high and did drugs, which was often because he was high all the goddamn time. Cassie was also high on drugs to the point where Puff was trying to get clean, and he told all the drug dealers, hey, stop dealing drugs to Cassie because we're trying to get clean over here. So he created the problem, put Cassie on drugs. Then he realized it was a problem. He tried to fix the problem, but it was kind of too late because they were both hooked. And Puff overdosed. But they kept it out the media. So I guess he went to a special part of the hospital where they would take a high-profile person like him, and they revived him. This was back in 2014, I think he overdosed. But he had such a machine behind him to protect any of this stuff from coming out, y'all. That's why we never heard about it, because I never knew Puff was doing drugs. I never thought he was a drug addict because he seemed so high functioning. But it just goes to show that looks can be deceiving. Puff's been on drugs for 15, 20 years. And it's only when he got locked up that he got off drugs. It's crazy, man. They say Puff is in court with gray hair because they're not letting him get no hair dye in jail. Because, we used to Puff looking so young and youthful. But, he can't get no hair dye. He's not wearing any jewelry. We normally see Puff with jewelry on. But he's not wearing expensive jewelry in the courtroom. I guess he wants to look innocent and not flashy in front of the jury. The jury is made up of 8 men and 4 women. So we have no idea what they're thinking. Cassie wanted to get pissed on, y'all. That's my opinion. My opinion has been Cassie is a victim from domestic violence, but she's not a victim of sex trafficking, and she was not raped, y'all. She was not raped. Cassie's husband was in court. They say he was staring Diddy down. And I'm like, nigga, why you staring Diddy down for? Diddy done pissed in your wife's mouth. She allowed it. Be mad at her. I think Cassie's husband is going to leave and take half. And he's half of the money that she got in the settlement. And he's also going to get full custody of his children. And he's going to get child support. He set her up. Cassie's husband does not love her. He encouraged her to sue Puff publicly. He encouraged her to talk to the feds. Also, that this could be in the public eye. He did it all. He wanted her to come on the stand and say, yeah, Puff pissed in my mouth. I did drugs. I did this. I was violent. I did this. I did that. So now when he goes to court, when he gets ready to get that hoe up out of here, when he gets ready to divorce her and he wants half, all he got to do is say she's a drug addict. She's a sex addict. She drinking piss. She eating shit. She doing God knows what. And she's an unfit mother. And Cassie is too dumb to see that this man is setting her up. And all of these women online saying, oh, Alex saved Cassie. No, he didn't. He don't give a fuck about her. Cassie was a come up to him. Cassie is a come up. When he's ready, he's going to get a white wife. He's going to get a white wife. Cassie just got a $10 million settlement yesterday from the hotel that she got beat up at in 2016. They gave her $10 million, so she got an additional $10 million. I don't know how many more lawsuits she's going to get, but she's going to probably file a couple more lawsuits, and she's going to get paid, and she rightfully so. She deserves to be paid for going through domestic violence. But I have to be fair, and I'm non-biased in every situation, and I call it like I see it. Cassie was a willing participant in all the freak-offs. She did it because she wanted to be with Puff. She thought that if she did more freaky shit in the bed than Kim Porter, he would marry her. It was text messages of her begging to be around his kids more, begging for him to take her on vacation with the kids instead of taking Kim Porter. And so it was a lot of her trying to, oh my God, I love you. Why can't you love me the way I love you? And she sent messages agreeing to freak offs. Puff would send her text message. Do I have your permission to set up a freak off? He said that. And she said, yes, I love you. I can't wait to freak off. You see what I'm saying? So she was with it. She consented. She said Puff raped her in 2018. But then she had sex with him a couple weeks later after the alleged rape. She also cheated on her husband when he was just her boyfriend with Puff. And she answered a FaceTime call while she was fucking with Puff. So the husband probably just found that out in courtroom, that she went back and had sex with Puff after she left. And it's despicable stuff, man. A man could only take so much embarrassment, and Cassie has embarrassed her husband because he wanted her to. He is the driving force behind Cassie doing all of this foolishness, and he's lining her up to get the bag. Y'all don't see the lineup? White men don't move like black men. A black man would tell you, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Blah, 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 blah. White men don't do that. White men are more polite. They know how to behave in a certain way, like they like you, before they pounce. How many times have we heard about a white man killing his whole family? And then everybody said, well, just a week before, he took him to Disneyland and he was kissing and hugging on his wife. And he just killed her the next week. Because that's how white men are. They'll be the most romantic person till they're not. See, black men don't hide their emotions like that. That's why I love our black men. Because black men tell you straight up. If a black man don't fuck with you, you gonna know it. He not gonna take you to Disneyland and be all romantic and then kill you the next day. That's white men. White men do that. A black man would just say, fuck you, bitch. I don't got shit for you. And he'll just skedaddle, Alex Fine is a diabolical man, y'all. That's a diabolical son of a bitch right there. But Cassie should be grateful to Puff. Alex Fine was so broke. Cassie was living in her mama's house with her 2 kids. They didn't even have a house, y'all. Before Cassie got that $20 million settlement, Cassie was living with her mama and with the kids. I don't know if Alex Fine was living with her, but then she saw Young Miami flossing. She saw Puff all over the globe with Gina, and Gina is still around, you know. And Gina was supposed to be testifying, but I guess she's not going to take the stand. I think Gina was supposed to be victim 3. Gina was the girl that said Puff stumped the baby out the stomach. But I think Gina realizes now is her opportunity to be Puff's savior, because she's always wanted to be in Cassie's position. So Gina is very happy to still be around. And Cassie is still angry that Gina's around, because they kept bringing up Gina on the stand. She said, yeah, I wanted him to leave Gina. Gina has been a problem our entire relationship. And it's sad, But I have to put myself in Cassie's shoes as well. If I were Cassie and I was dating Puff, and Puff told me, you know what, I like a lot of freak shit. In order to be my girl, I got all these fantasies. I want to watch you with other men. I'm going to be over here jacking off. And I had to do that every day. And then I hear him say, Kim Porter is my soulmate at the funeral. I would feel some type of way. I see why Cassie is angry, because she felt like I did all of this to get you to love me, and it meant nothing to you. I sucked all these dicks. I fulfilled all your fantasies. We went to the sex parties. I watched you fuck other women at the sex club, at the swingers parties, because they went to swingers parties too. And she sent text messages to Puff saying, I want to watch you with another woman tonight. I want to watch you with another woman. It's your turn to get pleasure. You've been watching me with men, so I'm gonna watch you with another woman. So, at what point do we say that she's complicit? She did all of this to get Puff to marry her. She was begging Puff for a baby. She didn't want Alex Fine. Alex Fine is a rebound, man. I think if Puff would have begged her to stay, she wouldn't have went and got pregnant. I think if Puff would have begged her to stay, she would have came back, because she really wanted to have a baby with Puff. In the text messages, she said, I can't wait for us to have children of our own. She was saying that all throughout the time. I love you so much. You complete me. I wouldn't be the woman I am without you. You do so much for me. Thank you. And all of this. And he was saying, I love you. So they had a lot of loving exchanges, a lot of loving emails she sent Puff. When they were good, they were good. She really loved him, y'all. And all of this is revenge for him calling Kim Porter his soulmate at the funeral, because she went to the funeral. Remember, they had split up for a second, and she came back to go to Kim Porter's funeral because she said she wanted to be there for him. You see, what she thought was, okay, Kim Porter dead now, so now I could get to be wifed up. But he got up there at the podium and said, oh, Kim Porter was my soulmate. I love her so much. Oh my God, I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her everything. Remember he said all that? And Cassie is there thinking, nigga, I let you piss in my mouth. Kim Porter never let you piss in her mouth. So how is she your soulmate? And I done did all this freaked out shit. I was dicked out about you. I was dicked out. I did everything on the planet. I was a whore in the bed. I'm beautiful. And you still thinking about that bitch? Man, I gotta go. So she left him. She left him. And she got with the trainer. But she didn't like the trainer's broke lifestyle. Because he didn't have no money. He couldn't even afford to have Cassie in the lifestyle that she became accustomed to with Puff. So she's sitting back at home. She pushing out a broke man's babies. Puff didn't put no baby in her. But then she look on social media and she sees on social media that that girl had Puff's baby, baby love. You think she wasn't angry with that? Wait. He just met this bitch. And he gave her a baby, and I was around for 11 years. And he didn't put no baby in me. And I went and I had a broke nigga baby that can't even put me in a house. I don't get no more private jets. But this new woman coming in, and she having this baby, and she getting what I'm supposed to get. You think Cassie wasn't angry? I let that nigga piss in my mouth. And this nigga didn't put no baby in me. And I married a broke nigga. A broke white man. He ain't got no money. And Puff, I was supposed to be Mrs. Combs. Cassie was supposed to be Mrs. Combs. Cassie ran around signing her name. Cassie Combs. Cece, Cassie Combs. That's what she went around doing. You telling me that she wasn't angry when she saw Puff get that big chain? Remember, he got that big necklace for his birthday from Young Miami, and he was so geeked up, and he was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I love this shit. Nobody ever did this shit for me. I love this woman right here. And he was all geeked out about Young Miami. And then he gave Young Miami her own show. He did a whole bunch of shit for Young Miami. And he was flossing her all around. And Cassie was like, wait, Young Miami getting the shopping sprees? I'm at home with a broke white man? I thought this man had more money than he had. So you know Cassie's attitude was real stink. She was real stank-a-dank-dank around that house. She looking at all the jewelry she can buy. She got to fly coach for the first time in her life because now she don't got Puff money. She can't fly on no private jet. The private jets were because of Puff. The Met Gala was because of Puff. Puff taking Young Miami to the Met Gala. That used to be Cassie. I'm with a nigga now that don't have no clout. He can't take me to the Met Gala. I used to be able to walk into the jewelry store and tell them, put it on Puff credit card. And I walk out with whatever I want to get. I can't do that no more with this dude. I got to go to Walmart. No more Balenciaga. No more having people come to the house and fit me for all of my clothes. I got to actually go out and go to Walmart and Target and shop. No more 5-star restaurant. No more private chefs. No more massages. No plastic surgeon coming to the house to give you a facial. No more Birkin bags. None of that. All of that was canceled. And Young Miami getting all that shit. And the new baby mama getting all that shit. The new baby mama laid up over there with baby love. She got all her jewelry on. He's out here on a date with Jade Ramey. He's kissing other women in the mouth. And I'm over here broke. I ain't got shit. Man, Cassie was pissed. The husband came and thought of a plan. He really don't want to be with the bitch no more. So he said, man, I think you need, sweetheart, you need to be paid for everything that Puff put you through. I mean, you were manipulated. You were a young girl. He was a billionaire. You need to try to get some money out of him. So she wrote a book and she sent it over to Puff. Puff said, I don't give a fuck about that shit. The lawyer called Puff. We want $30 million. Puff said, man, tell that nigga to go take care of her. She left me for the trainer. What about all the money that I paid for that trainer? Tell him to give me my money back. You know how Puff is. Real arrogant. I treated that girl good, and she left me for the trainer. I ain't doing shit. I'm not giving that hoe no $30 million. That bitch can't do shit to me. I'm Puff Daddy. That bitch can't do shit to me. She filed a lawsuit. He gets dragged on social media. Within 10 hours, it was settled. It wasn't even 24 hours. The lawsuit dropped at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By 12 o'clock, it was settled. And Cassie said she got $20 million. The next day, it was $20 million in a bank account. And that's where we are right now. All of this is revenge. Revenge for calling Kim Porter soulmate. You see, the husband knows Cassie don't really love him, right? He knows that she's still in love with Puff. So he figures, I'm going to get Cassie to fuck her life up, embarrass herself, talk about all the freak-offs, go on the stand, talk about getting pissed on, and I'm going to line her up, and I'm going to get half of the money, and I'm going to go get the wife I really want. Because that man lining her up. So he knew Cassie was still angry at Puff, still in love with Puff. And he lined her up. And that testimony is the nail in the coffin for Cassie and her marriage. That man is not sticking around. He'll stick around for a year or two. Then you go hear, oh, he has marital problems. Oh, he tried to work it out, tried to be there for Cassie, but she's a sex addict, or, she's still getting pissed on by random niggas, or whatever he's going to put out there to make her look bad. And that's it. That's what Murder, She Wrote. That's all, folks. That's how this shit going to go. And I'm painting a vivid picture because that's how this is. And too many people online saying that this man loved Cassie. He don't. Alex Fine don't give a fuck because he know Cassie don't love him. Cassie, if Cassie got the opportunity based on the text messages that were read in court, if she was given the opportunity, if Puff were to come back to her, she would take Puff back. I really believe she would take Puff back in an instance. Because, like I said, she's angry that she did all that freaked out stuff and he never put a baby in her. He never married her. And the husband saw that, took advantage of it, and is going to use it for his own benefit to get millions of dollars. And I see a letdown coming for Cassie. I don't see Cassie progressing. I don't see her having a happy life. I see her getting taken advantage of. And I'm not wishing this. I'm not wishing this on her because she's a beautiful girl. But she never should have gotten pregnant by the rebound. She should have dated Alex Fine, but not got pregnant and certainly not married him. She shouldn't have married him, but he probably came in and told her everything she wanted to hear. Girl, I love you. I'm going to be with you. I'm not like that. I don't believe in domestic violence. I'm going to be here for you. Told her everything she wanted to hear because he was playing the long con. This is why you never tell a man your trauma. I don't care if a man whooped you every day. When you get with the next man, what happened to your ex? Oh, he was a good guy. We just kind of just drifted apart. Yeah, but we still cool. That's all you say. Never tell the next man what the ex did. Because the reason why they asked you that is so they could figure out how to line you up. Oh, she tolerated this from this nigga? Well, I'm going to do it 10 times worse. Some men do that. Some men ask you about your ex and the trauma he put you through so they could use it against you. Understand that. Man, Cassie fucked her life up, didn't she? Cassie fucked her life up. She shouldn't have gotten pregnant by Alex Fine. Oh, yeah, I would have dated him. She shouldn't have gotten pregnant. It was too soon after Puff. She should have been single, celibate, got her mind right, and then try to see how to maneuver. Because Alex Fine, he playing the long game. I don't even think that Alex even pissed in Cassie's mouth. I think that was just something she did with Puff. So, she's not going to do all that freaky stuff with Alex Fine. But she had to show up and show out for Puff because he's a billionaire. A billionaire is going to get different type of treatment than a regular nigga that ain't got shit. Alex Fine didn't even have money to put Cassie in an apartment with the kids. It came out all in court. It came out all in court. I can't wait to see who else testifies. We just 5 days in. Cassie's going to give birth any day now. She's due June 1st, but I think she's going to go into labor before that. She's going to have that baby before June 1st. And then it's the countdown to the end of her marriage with Alex Fine. He is going to get half of the $30 million that she got. She got $20 million from Puff. She got $10 million from the hotel people. He's going to get half of that. He's going to get child support, and he's going to get full custody of the kids. Yep. But Puff really is the only man that ever did something for Cassie, if you think about it. Her own daddy didn't take care of her the way Puff took care of her. Puff put millions in that girl pocket, put her on red carpets, got in movies. Remember when she was in Honey 3? Cassie's not a good actress. She's not a good actress at all. It was Puff that made the call, got her in that shit. Yeah, he put a lot of money on her. And he loved her. He loved her as much as he could. But Puff just liked to have multiple women, and he just can't be monogamous. So a simple "I love you" from Puff would have kept him out of jail with Cassie. If when she had came to him asking for the money, he asked to meet up and talk to her privately and apologize privately and said, let's work something out, and gave her some of the money, even if he offered her like $10 million and apologized and said he was going to get some help and then asked if they could get back together, you think she wouldn't have done it? Perhaps he should have gotten her pregnant when she was begging for a baby. Because think about it. If she had gotten a baby out of him way back then, would she be exposing him now? No, because she would have been in the circle. She would have been one of his baby mamas. And she would have been happy with that. And she would have protected him. Because guess what? Most women want to protect their baby daddy. You're not going to want to put your baby daddy in jail, because that's going to hurt the kids. And she would have felt like she got something out of the deal. Okay, he put a baby in me. He loved me. He put a baby in me. Even if he didn't marry her. There's a lot of things Puff could have did to prevent being on trial right now and having his secrets exposed. He lost the plot. And he allowed Alex Fine to step in and use Cassie's anger against Puff to make him and his family millions. You know Alex Fine is probably talking to his mama. Don't worry, Ma. I'm gonna get out this shit. I'm gonna make sure I get you a piece of this. I'm gonna make her do some more lawsuits, and then I'm gonna get full custody. Yep. Yeah. Y'all think Puff gonna get convicted? I think they might get him on the prostitution charge, but I don't see racketeering. I think he's gonna get acquitted on the RICO, but they're gonna get him on that prostitution because we all know he paid for the prostitutes. So that's gonna be a conviction there, and that might be about 8 years, 10 years in jail. But he might be able to pull it off if the other women coming up on the stand come up there saying that goofy shit like Cassie did, and they got text messages saying, yes, daddy, come do this to me, and I can't wait to freak off. He might get off. He might beat this case. He got enough money to do it. Of anybody that's in jail right now, Puff got the best chance of beating this case. But like I said, it's not etched in stone. We still only 1 week in. It can go either way. But like I said, he might get the prostitution charge. Convicted of that. I don't think Cassie wants him in jail, y'all. I think she went home and cried. I think she was like, dang, all I wanted was this nigga to love me. All I wanted was for this nigga to love me, man, and put a baby in me or marry me or do something. And look what I had to do to the man I love. Remember, it's a thin line between love and hate. Cassie was really in love with that man. Wow, they did some wild shit in the bed. Puff was too arrogant in the end. If Puff would have just sweet talked her, she might not have even went public with that lawsuit. She might have thought, ooh, Puff might get back with me. He might still love me. Let me go on and go back there and see what I could do and get some money out of the situation. You know what I mean? Puff arrogance, and he underestimated Alex Fine. You gotta go. Puff don't love you. You see him over there with Young Miami. Why he didn't put you on like Young Miami? He's with all these other women flossing him up. And you don't got no money. We need money to take care of our kids because Alex Fine don't want to work. He want to live off Puff. Did you see Alex Fine in all that brand name outfits that he had on this week? He had on some expensive jeans. All of that bought with Puff Daddy's money. Puff Daddy is taking care of Alex Fine because Alex Fine don't got no job. He's not a saint. He's a scam artist. Alex Fine is a scam artist. Anyway, we'll see how the next couple of weeks in this trial go. Free Puff Daddy. Shout out to Cassie. Hopefully she stop letting niggas shit in her mouth.